Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we're taking out the F-16C. It is probably the second best US fighter. Well, undoubtedly the second best US fighter. And maybe I would say probably the third best fighter. Maybe fourth if you throw in some of the Mirages there. Fighter at top tier. Overall I fly it very similar to the F-15, except I fly it like an F-15 that I've already shot 2 missiles off of, so it's a little bit gimped in terms of the number of missiles, but that's alright, we can make it work. I'm usually a little bit more cautious in the F-16 than I am in the F-15, just because of the limitations on the missiles. I mean, that's almost half the amount of AMRAAMs, so you do have to be a little bit more stingy with them. You can't just lob them off if you think there's a chance of hitting someone, and that's how I fly it. You would think that being an F-16, and I would have liked it to be this way. I grew up seeing F-16s all the time, almost every other day basically. But you would think you think very highly of the planes that you grow up seeing, and the F-16 was one of that for me. And you know, the lore of an F-16 is that it's an amazing dogfighter. The fighter mafia is how it was forged. I don't think that has a good chance of hitting. We're going to hit the notch though, because I did see someone launch one off. We're actually going to go cold here. But really, in terms of what you don't really want to get slow in the current matchmaker, unless it's a 1v1. And I've found that even if you are in a 1v1, a lot of times you get into a situation where someone else has an R-73. And I really try to not deal with R-73s in close quarter, because they seem to pull a lot harder off the rail, and as well as Russian planes in general seem to lose energy quite a bit faster in turns, whereas the F-16 will maintain its energy, which is good. However, that means that someone is going to slot in behind you, and that is not so good. Let's see. That one off in the distance there. That Su-27. Let's see. Not sure where that's coming from.
Critical speed. Critical speed.
I'm gonna throw off some flares there. I don't know where he fired that off from. Yeah, so typically I try not to get into dogfights in the F-16 if I can avoid it, just because it maintains energy well, which, as I said, is a great thing. It's not so great when you have an Su-27 who has 4 R-73s and can just kind of turn around and launch us off the rail and you're toast. Let's see, that's the guy that lobbed one at me earlier. He's going to go head on here. He's going to hit that. There we go. We're going to go cold on him. I think we might get him there. No, we're not going to get him. Squeeze the dog, please. I don't know where this F-15 is. I think it's the one at high altitude. So we're just gonna have to run. Stay as low as I can. Look back here for a second. We just have our AIM-9s at this point. Okay. Nice. Alright, welcome back into the next game of the F-16. We are on Spain, the large version. And you're gonna really see... I would think you're going to see the types of struggles that I am referring to with the F-16 having a limited loadout here. It doesn't really have the staying power that the Su-27SM or the F-15 do, and you have to be very careful on when you actually use your AIM-120s. I have played around with the configuration on the F-16 before to try to increase that staying ability. However, this is kind of what I've landed on as the just sort of all-around loadout for the F-16C. I have, for a good amount of time, also ran just one AIM-9M. I go back and forth between the two. They're about the same to me. But typically, this is what I've been running with lately, and it's been doing okay. It's just been doing okay. I really don't have a preference one way or another at this point in time. But again, same kind of game plan. Get some speed, get a little bit of altitude, start seeing what I can find with TWS. That looks like a pretty good target down there. That looks like a pretty good target. Looks like someone lobbed one off over there. Yep, there we go. I'm going to lob one off, because it looks like it's going to be a little bit difficult for this person to avoid this. Keep him locked up. And I'm going to go... I'm going to turn cold here, because this is a pretty big map. And, oh. There goes a missile. If I had seen that person, I would have locked onto them. Didn't see them. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and try to... I don't know if that's following me or not. It doesn't look like it is. We're going to fall back into our team a little bit. It looks like that one missed. Trying to get a solution on this guy on his 6. Think I'll probably lob an AIM-9M off at him if I can find him here.
Over G.
Pulling some hard G's there.
Over G.
Actually don't see him.
Over G.
He might have gotten taken out by our team there. I don't see him anymore. I don't think he would have passed under me at that altitude. You have to be a little bit careful on this map. It's really easy to get someone who's either right on top of you or right below you, so you sort of have to keep an eye out. See, like right there, I'm going to turn cold right away. That was close. We're going to have an F-16 closing up on our nose here, I'm sure of it. Saw him earlier. That F-15 is going to lob one off at us. I hope that F-16 is at least in a position where I can escape from. That's not going to hit me, I don't think. That might hit me, so we got to be a little bit careful here.
Flare. Over G. Over G.
Chaff and flare a little bit low. We're going to have to do this here. Hit the ground, so we're good. We're going to extend away here. I don't think that other 120 or AIM-120 is going to hit me. So I'm just going to extend away here because I know that F-16 is probably following me. If he's not locking me up, I'm sure he's back there. And the F-15 is for sure back there. So I'm going to extend and try to loop back into my team here. I'm a little bit disconnected from my team. I'm not getting anything on radar at this point. AV-8 blocked us, pinged us for a second. It's tempting to turn back in. I'm going to do it. We're going to risk it. I know very well that F-15 might be just waiting for me to do this. We're going to go TWS. He turned away. I don't see that F-16. I have to cool it on the burner just a little bit because of my fuel situation. I do take the single tank under the belly, as well as 34 minutes. I could probably take a little bit more.
Lock.
I'll lob that off there.
Over G.
We sort of did the same thing, but that's okay. I'm actually going to go cold on this missile because I need to head to base anyway. I don't think that was an R-77. No, that was not an R-77. That was a ER that he lobbed at me, so it's good I decided to turn cold on that one. Again, we're going to cool it on the afterburner there. There he is, pinging me up again. A little bit closer to my team now.
Lock.
We're gonna lob one at him. I don't think he sees it. That's got a good shot. That's got a good chance there.
Over G. Bingo.
We're
Bingo.
low on fuel.
Check fuel.
You see his smoke.
Over G. Over G.
We're gonna go to the merge here with this guy.
Over G. Roll right. Over G. Over G. Shot flare. Over G. Over G. Roll right. Over G. Lock.
That might get him. That got him. I see someone else blocking us up.
Away. Altitude.
I'm out of flares now.
Altitude.
He might also get a missile off on us, so I have to be a little bit careful there. We're going to try to terrain mask a little bit here. I'm going to go to 101%. That might be him locking me up. No, I see the clouds off in the distance. So we're going to get out of here the best we can. I'm going to keep my radar off. That's something I do occasionally to make sure that I don't accidentally ping someone, especially when I don't have any missiles. I don't really want to be seen, so definitely something to keep in mind. Let's see.
Bingo.
I'm going to head back to the airfield the best I can,
Check fuel.
all the while keeping an eye out for this guy. I think he's right about there.
Check fuel. Check fuel.
See if my teammate can ping him up. I think he sees him. I'm very low on fuel now, so we got to be a little bit careful on how we handle this.
Check fuel.
I'm sure he's got a missile coming his way, and I need to refuel anyway. If I lay off the burner, I can close that gap
Over G.
and give our friend some help here, because he might catch a missile himself here in a second if he's not careful. He got him. Right on.
Over G. Over G.
So I'm going to head back to the airfield here. I'm going to land on the secondary airfield. I don't think there's anyone close enough. And that's just... Oh, okay. Well, glad he at least got the one. That is not a friendly, I don't think. I don't think that's Gleb. We're going to risk landing on this airfield anyway. I don't know what that MiG-29 is doing. He's just going after AI. We're going to just kind of wing it at this point. And that's sort of what I was talking about. We got pretty fortunate in this game to not really need to lob off a whole bunch of missiles. We were sort of very careful on who we decided to launch missiles off on, and that allowed us to have missiles for the long term, at least until I needed to return to base for fuel. Let's see if our F-15 can kill the AI killer. I typically like to belly land. I found that the U.S. jets, fighters in particular, they don't have very good brakes on their wheels. I know that's pretty nitpicky, but it makes quite a bit of difference. As opposed to me landing about halfway down the runway, I'd be probably at the close to the end there. Nice job. Oh, he's about to get slammed. Now, I don't know how to feel about this. If my teammate dies right now, they traded. Right on. Well, I think that's a pretty good showcase on what the F-16 can and can't do. Try to be careful about your engagements. Play a little bit cautiously, and you'll have good success in it. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.